Now, welcome again. I'm Kayode Alande, and this is State of the Nation. Right behind me, data feeds are coming through all in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms. We invite you to be a part of the show. Use the hashtag State of the Nation and tweet also at me at KAY Alande. Your thoughts are appreciated on the subjects that we have told you we'll be discussing tonight. Now, let's get right to it. Just recently, Nigeria was removed from the list of countries in recession, and the Nigerian economy is out of recession. That's cherry news for most Nigerians. According to the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, in the second quarter of 2017, the nation's gross domestic product, GDP, grew by 0.55% year-on-year in real terms, indicating the emergence of the economy from recession after 5 consecutive quarters of contraction since first quarter of 2016. This growth is 2.04% higher than the rate recorded in the corresponding quarter of 2016. That's negative in the negative region, 1.49%, and higher by 1.46% points from the rate recorded in the preceding quarter, revised to negative 0.91% from 0.52%. Quarter on quarter, real GDP growth has, according to the NBC. During the quarter, aggregate GDP stood at over 26.9 million in nominal terms, compared to 23.5 million naira in second quarter of 2016, resulting in a nominal GDP growth of 14.60%. The report added the Nigerian economy slipped into recession in early 2016. I have with me in the studio to discuss, to help us make sense of all these figures, an economist. He is Mr. Sheson Okwade. Thank you for joining us on State of the Nation.
Thank you very much, Kayode.
Yes, we have so many figures flying all about us being in the recession. Some economists have told us it's not uhuru yet. We can't be talking really, we can't feel comfortable that we are in the recession. Help us to make sense of where we are really.
Thank you, Kayode. Currently, from the statistics we've had, it's not yet time for us to jubilate on the analysis that the federal government has given to us, but we can have a little leap from what we've had, considering where we are this period last year and where we are now. It's minimal. When you are moving from negative to ordinary positive of 0.5, definitely you should know there is a light behind the tunnel. There is a prospect and there is a growth. This government has a direction and they are going somewhere.
All right. What do we need to do to ensure that we do not backslide? Because we are not in exactly clear territory yet. What are the real things that we must focus on now?
Yeah, firstly, from what we've heard and from the speech of our president at the 72nd summit at UN, you can see clearly that the first thing this government has been able to do is to be able to remove some bottlenecks that is affecting the business. In a few years, you see some of those businesses falling in line in the right perspective of where it should be. Take, for example, in time past, nobody ever believed that tax can drive the economy of a nation. We all rely solely on oil. And in a couple of months back, you've seen the Federal Inland Revenue Service driving the economy, rising even with the hardship that we had, putting the right structure in place, putting the right... And so the first thing that this government has done successfully to drive us forward, to move out from the recession period to where we are now, is by putting away those bottlenecks. And the fundamental of it, which all of us know, and it's not hidden, is corruption. You've been seeing that they've been able to take out some of those areas where individuals personally enrich themselves as against the state. You can do your activities seamlessly, and government can trace your activities right from inception to the last thing, without you hiding anything. That is the first area where this government has done something wonderful.
But we still have a huge recurrent expenditure. Not much has changed. Of course, we've been gladly able to leave that dangerous territory. At least we're no longer in the recession. But certain things, certain fundamental things that drove us to the recession are still there. We're not producing exactly competitive products. We're not making computers. We're not stronger on the ICT scene. Most of our products are not competitive, even the ones that we're producing at home. We're still largely a consuming economy.
Yeah, we are a consuming economy. I will share with you here today that Rome was not built in a day. We are starting somewhere. The first thing this government has been able to do again is to build in individuals. Let me tell you, certain individuals are coming up with some certain innovation that is assisting us in coming up. You see, lot of young people are investing in learning compared to what we have those days. You have people developing themselves in a situation where you can match up to what other countries are doing.
That's on a personal basis.
Yeah, but globally, as a nation, it's getting those people, the right set of people that could transform that thing, are not yet strategically positioned to get those things up. And that is one of the gaps that we are facing. Majority of the people I can tell to you that are working in parastatal disease, that are there to develop individuals, does not even have a foreknowledge of what should be done. There are some of the people that are at the hierarchy of this governance that I can tell you are not IT inclined. And situation where you don't have something, you can't give it out. You see a young guy coming up and he's being innovative. The first thing that comes to bear is that he's competing and he wants to take out your job. But the truth of the matter is, until we get to that level where an individual knows that even if I make do away with what I have, for the young ones who have the knowledge and the skill, not about person, comes up, then we'll make an headway.
We've been talking about diversifying the economy such that we don't depend solely on oil. The government has had so much conversation about agriculture, for instance. Many states are beginning to look to their territory to see what mineral resources are there so that, I mean, they can make some money. But really, institutionally, are we walking the talk?
Institutionally, we are not there yet, but we are just starting the process. This is a country that relies solely on individuals before now. But now we are having people that are coming on board to build an institution. Just an example of what I have just built to you. In a few years back, we never see a tax process where you can do your activities seamlessly.
You know, you keep talking about tax. Tax is a subset of something more important, which is productivity. There is a limit to which you can tax people, because you can't get much more out of them if they are not more productive than they currently are. So tax cannot be something we can sit on to say more money is coming to the government.
No, Khalid, what I'm saying is the man at the aim of affair of that activity is what we need to transform to other sectors. Like the productive aspect of arm of the government, where you have individuals that can build a system. We are not building. For me, pardon me, we need in the science and technology ministry young, dependable people. We have crops of elders that are scared of IT compliance this day. And you expect development to come up in that area where you have young and vibrant people who have the skill. Why I keep referring to it is you have a man at the aim of affair who can build a system. In our science and technology, There is no system that we are putting in place.
Are you saying the current administration is building systems the way it ought to be built? Is it competitive? We have nations that right now are building cars that can drive themselves. We have innovation going on in serious countries. The Israeli Prime Minister talked about achievements that they have made in medicine, in the military. They're making weapons. We're not in the forefront in a competitive sense globally.
We are not there. But the truth of the matter is, if you look backward, where our foundation was outrightly wrong. The foundation was wrong. And that is what we are trying to rebuild back for us to have something to build on. The truth of the matter is, before now, you have individuals who are self-centered and does not have the interest of the nation at hand, but their own personal interest. But what we have from this administration, even though we still have so many funny elements around, is that we have individuals that want to give to the country more than what they can get. There was a program the vice president put in place where you can have your business transaction seamlessly. Those days, we have crop of people who rely solely for business registration and some other thing. But now, you are such thing, be driven by IT. When you have the crop of people managing those things, you get to know that we'll get up one day.
You seem to be making a case for the government. Based on what you have seen, how soon do you think we'll be in the clear territory?
Well, with the way we have started, I can tell you that before the end of this administration, we should have a light behind the tunnel. The way they've started, we are like half into the year, and we can make things work better.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sheson Okwade, an economist. Thank you for joining us to share your thoughts on the state of the economy. You are watching State of the Nation. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll be talking about the cache of arms that have been recently seized by the Customs Service. Join us again.